Hey guys, how you doing? I've talked about this in the past, but I wanted to bring it up again today because I just saw another interview that I really liked. So one thing that I love doing is watching college and pro coaches of all different sports and gaining insight into how they've become successful and just their thought process and what they do on a daily basis. And one thing that I saw today that I really liked was an interview on ESPN by Coach Cal at University of Kentucky, one of my favorite coaches to watch. And what he was talking about really relates to baseball, specifically development of players from a younger level moving up the baseball ladder. And it's something I really believe in. So what he said was, he was talking about Julius Randle, one of his freshman players, one of the top players in the country, going to be probably a top 5 pick in the NBA and the next draft coming up. And what he talked about was, he said if he wanted to win every single game, or as many games as he possibly could, if he was just looking out for himself, he would play Julius Randle down on the box, 5 feet from the basket, and he'd just leave him down there because he would dominate college basketball with his ability down around the hoop. But he said he's looking out for Julius Randle's best interest in developing him as a player. And so he doesn't just put him down on the box and just leave him down there the whole game and feed the ball in and let him score, because he'd be doing him a disservice. He wouldn't be getting him ready for the NBA. And he said at the NBA level, Julius Randle needs to learn how to play away from the basket a little bit, because in the NBA, he's not going to be able to just live down low the whole time. He's going to have to learn how to play 15, 20 feet away from the basket as well as going down low. So he's trying to create a well-rounded game for Julius Randle. And the biggest thing is, and the thing I like most about Coach Cal, and I've watched tons of videos on him and I've read his books and all that stuff. And the thing that I love about Coach Cal is that he's not just looking out for himself or the university all the time, but he talks about having a players first program, and he's always trying to do the best for the players, because in the end it's all about players. You get the good players, he's going to win, and then the players will want to be successful at the NBA. But it's not just about him. So he's trying to do whatever he can to make the player a better player and prepare the player for the NBA. Julius Randle is going to play 1 year in college. He's going to play 15 years in the NBA. So he's looking out for the player's best interest, which I think is awesome. And it's something that I try to do. Obviously, I'm just getting into coaching, but I've worked with players at younger levels for a really, really long time. And I'm 28 years old. I'm going to coach probably for the rest of my life. It's what I'm going to do. And starting Antonelli Baseball, and my philosophy behind that is really right on par with Coach Calipari's way of coaching college players. What I always say is, I want to do what's best for the player, not for right now, not for winning a 10-year-old Little League game or a 12-year-old Little League game or even a high school game. But when I'm teaching players, you want to develop players, you want to do what's best for the player, to develop them for the long run. And you guys should really pay attention to this, because I've noticed it a lot, and it's at all different levels of baseball. But what you'll see a lot is coaches are worried, especially when you're younger, at winning right now. So in Little League, they teach players to hit the ball on the ground because no one can field the ground ball. They bunt a lot. They just try to, put the ball in play. They don't teach players how to drive the ball. It's just about putting the ball in play and you win. That's how you win in Little League. As you get older, what you'll see is, let's just take the high school example. Same kind of thing. If you get speed, if you're a small guy, you get speed, hit the ball on the ground, run, you'll do great. If you're a pitcher, you don't have to worry about fastball command. Just throw a bunch of curveballs to strike everybody out, because no one in high school can hit a curveball. So those are the type of things that aggravate me, because we're not developing players for the long run. Eventually, you teach a player to just smack the ball into the ground and run all the time. Yeah, it works at Little League, works through middle school, might even work in high school. Probably isn't going to work at college, especially at a good college, and it's definitely not going to work in pro ball. So everything I like to teach, if I'm working with a 12-year-old, I'm not teaching the 12-year-old how to win or how to be successful at the 12-year-old level, but sacrifice being successful at the 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old level. I want to teach him how to be successful at those levels. And maybe as a 12-year-old, he'll be a good player. Maybe he won't be considered great by what they consider, maybe his average won't lead the league because he's going to do things that are going to get him ready for the next level. But in my mind, who cares? You know, it's fun to win at the 12-year-old level, but in the grand scheme of things, if you're developing players, if people are paying you money to develop them, if I'm doing lessons or you're playing on my team, it's my job to get you ready for more. You know, parents aren't paying all the money that they're paying because we want to win the 12-year-old championship and hooray, and then we're done. Like, we're trying to develop players to get them to play high school baseball, maybe get them a college scholarship, maybe for a few guys get them drafted, let them go play professional baseball. It does happen. So that's my big spiel today. I know it bounced around a little bit there, but I love Coach Cal. I love the way he tries to develop players, and it's not just about me, but it's about the players. And you know, it's not fair. He always says it. It's not fair if we win the national championship and I get nobody drafted. That's not fair. I get a big raise. University gets all this stuff. The players get nothing. You know, thanks guys for the championship, but whatever. He wants players to get drafted. He wants players to go on, and he teaches the players and he develops the players with that goal in mind. And it might cost him a few games during the year, but he doesn't care. In the long run, it's going to work out for everybody. So let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the section below. I think I forgot another thing. I don't know. We'll talk to you guys later.